What's going on, guys? My name is Nick Rose. As you can see, I'm wearing my Cowboys jersey again. The game is actually on right now. I'm hoping for a win against the Broncos. We'll see how that turns out later today. Anyways, today I want to pit two groups of rappers against one another, and that is Kriss Kross versus Rae Sremmurd. They have a very similar dynamic. You know, two young guys, both in their teens. Kriss Kross was a little bit younger when they started out than Rae Sremmurd was, but it's a very good comparison. They have somewhat similar stories, so let's get right into that. The way that we're going to do this and grade this is to break it into three different categories: influence, success, and rapping. As far as the success part goes, I am going to grade longevity and lasting appeal in with that as well, instead of making it its own category, so just keep that in mind. But before we even get into that, let's do a brief history of both groups. This is going to be a two-part video, both of which will release within 2 days or so of one another. So Kriss Kross is made up of Chris Smith and Chris Kelly, who unfortunately passed away back in 2013 due to a drug overdose. Back in 1991, a 19-year-old Jermaine Dupri discovered the guys inside of a shopping mall in Atlanta, and things kind of took off from there. The crazy part about all this is that Jermaine Dupri was only 19 years old. I mean, we know he's a legendary producer, but this dude had it from the time that he was a teenager. He had that eye for talent. He was able to scout these kids when he was a kid himself. He wasn't really that much older than them. He was maybe an adult as far as legalities are concerned, but he wasn't really an adult yet. But he saw something in them that obviously other people didn't see. Anyways, he very quickly got them a deal with a label known as Roughhouse Records. This is obviously before Dupri went on his own and created So So Def. Shortly after that, they recorded their first album, which was titled Totally Crossed Out. That released only a year later in 1992. And the rest is history, because their career took a historic climb. And within a year of being discovered for that matter, they were platinum selling artists. Anyways, let's talk about Rae Sremmurd. It is comprised of two brothers named Swae Lee and Slim Jimmy. Now, over the years, before you guys get at me, there have been other members in between all of this, but since they've really blown up and gotten famous, it's only been the two of them and their DJ. They actually started out from small beginnings. They are from Mississippi. As kids, they moved all over, but it wasn't until they were in Mississippi that they actually became musicians. Similarly to Kriss Kross, they were teenagers. In 2009, they were very young, and that is actually when they decided to start their first group. The group is called Dem Outta State Boys, and they actually never really got anywhere while they were under that name. They did miss a chance at some point to be signed by Def Jam Records. No one really knows what transpired when it came time to be signed, but the way that they got there was they were on a 106 in Park contest. They came in second place, and it got them a meeting with the execs, and I guess the execs maybe didn't see the value in them at that time in particular, but no one really knows. So anyways, let's move on. It wasn't until 2013 that the boys caught their first real big break when they were introduced to Mike Will Made It. And right away, much like Jermaine Dupri signed Kriss Kross, he decided to sign them to his then indie label called It Mafia. Shortly after that, they changed their name from Dem Outta State Boys to the Rae Sremmurd that we know and love today. Eventually, Mike Will Made It created Eardrummer Records under the helm of Interscope, and of course, Swae Lee and Slim Jimmy, aka Rae Sremmurd, were the first ones he signed. After about 5 or 6 years of grinding and really trying to break into the music industry, in 2014, they finally got their first hit song, which was No Flex Zone, and that hit number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100. And again, the rest is history, because after that, their career skyrocketed, and they are still making hits to this day. Only 2 weeks ago, their song Perplexing Pegasus was on the Hot 100 again. So that's all I got for today, guys. I am going to give you guys part 2 within 2 days of the release of this video, and that's where we'll really start to break it down and get into the battle to see who really was the best of the two groups. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.